Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gamble with Jimmy. Thank you for taking the time to join me. We're going to play a Baccarat session, and we're definitely going to make our money like we always do. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit before we start, let you know that a lot of you have been doing and participating in the online video training access. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys that are participating in that. It's been very helpful to the channel. It supports the channel. And I really respect the fact that a lot of you out there really want to learn the game of Baccarat, or you're a player who has not had some success, or you're really struggling with the way that you play, or you need a mentor to help you manage your money properly and constantly turn to because you continue to struggle being able to walk away from the table, or your bet sizing is just a mess. Okay, so basically what we're going to do today, when we start a shoe, I typically start at the 33%, but I really don't need to do that anymore because I have strictly always just been playing the chop system with if it hits 3 winners in a row, I switch to the winner. When I play that way, I find that regardless of what the outcome of the shoe is, it's still so successful that way. So I don't need to change it. I just focus on doing it that way, okay? All right, so what you guys are going to do when you see me play here and you start realizing, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. Now, keep in mind, guys, I have made a lot of money, especially in 2024, where I've made a lot of money in Baccarat and a lot of money in craps. So for those of you guys that do want to participate in my training, it's very inexpensive. What you basically do is just go to this website, gamblewithjimmy.com. On the website, you could come over here under training options. You could do craps training, Baccarat training, roulette training. So let's say you wanted Baccarat, you'd come over here. When you see this image, it just says, basically click for options. So you click it, it's going to bring you to the Baccarat options. And this is the only one that I have available for Baccarat training. So it is 3 solid, very knowledgeable Baccarat videos. These are private videos. Once you purchase it, you're going to receive an email letting you know that we received your purchase and that we are authorizing you to access the 3 videos, which will come to you to your email. Okay, make sure you use the email when you fill out your form, and make sure it's the email that you use for your Google account, which is used for your YouTube account. All right, so you simply just click on it here, and it will bring you to the checkout. And as you can see, it's on sale for only $99, and you can read all about it. Now this claims that you're going to make $100,000 a year here based on these training stats. Guys, I've made well over $100,000. I can consistently earn $10,000 a month with ease. I did a $10,000 video where we made the $10,000 in 10 days. So anyway, so you can go around and look at the different options that we have. I have craps training and all that good stuff too. You just click here and it'll open up and give you the different options for craps training as well. Okay, so go to the website, give that a shot. Now let's get back to our simulator. You guys are here to see a session, and let's go ahead and begin. What we'll do, we'll start off with the chop. So we'll go $25 on banker. Okay, so we're going to win. Now what we'll do, we'll go with a chop on player. Okay, we are going to lose. So what we do in this scenario is we stay with the chop, but we are going to have to increase our bet to 50. Okay, we're going to get that victory. So once we're on the winning side, we just switch over to the losing side, and that's what you're calling a chop, for those of you that don't know. So whether you're a good, a player, there's just a lot of people. We won, so we're going to chop again. There's just so many people in this game that play this game consistently. On ties, just repeat it. And one of the biggest issues that they have is their bet sizing and their lack ability to walk away from the table in certain spots. And they also have trouble identifying a board and knowing when to take advantage of opportunities. So right now the chop is just working for us. So this is why I always tell you to focus with the chop system in the beginning, and you adjust to it when you start losing. So we're going to go up because we lost, and we're going to stick with the chop here. Now you notice that I'm not even looking at the shoe. Okay, I teach never look back. Too many of you are always analyzing the shoe and looking back at to see what banker did before, what player did before. You're keeping track of notes and things like that. Not necessary. Do not look back. It is irrelevant. Do not play that way. The casino shows you those statistics for a reason. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to look at the history, because you notice that you started to lose. So as soon as you lose a couple in a row, you're like, wait a minute, let me see how many times that it's won. If it's 3, which it is, if it's 3, we now go to the winning side. So we switch it. So this is a protective way of playing. So we're going to go over to the winning side, and we're going to go $100 on the winning side. Okay, so we're going to lose, and when it switches over, you just simply go right back to the chop. Okay, now we're at the $200 level on the chop, which is player. So we got to do 200. Okay, we're going to get that victory. Now, as soon as we get that victory, we simply just go right back to playing the chop. All right. So far in this shoe, actually, I did my wrong side. Chop is a banker. This is pretty typical. A lot of you guys will make kind of foolish comments to me about, oh, let me see you do it for real money at a casino and this and that. I got news for you. There is no difference between the simulator and the real casino. I play every single day almost at the casino, and I can tell you from experience that sometimes my sessions at the casino are much easier, and I breeze to a $2,000 win super fast. And there's sometimes more of a challenge on the simulator. Okay, so we now have hit that crucial mark where we are not going to go against the run. Whether we win or we lose is irrelevant. This is just the way we play as a precaution. So we go to the blue side for 100. Okay, and we are going to lose. So, guys, I made a mistake. I thought I went with the winning side. I thought that I picked the winning side, and instead I made a mistake and actually put the money on the losing side. So we should have won there. So that was a huge break for the casino for my mistake. That's why I thought we lost. Like, wow, that's crazy. So I accidentally put the money on player. We are supposed to stay with the run. So now, because of my mistake, we lost $100, and I have to bet 300 here. All right, so that worked out good for us. So we were able to overcome our mistake. So be careful it can happen to the best of us, right? So we want to stay with the winner. Okay, now that we're up $300, what we're going to do is we're going to now protect our investment, our money, by just going back to a quarter, but we are going to stay on the winning side, and it's finally going to break over to the player side. Okay, so there is the swap and the switch. Okay, so now we're going to do what I call punch. It's a punch system. So what you're going to do now is you're going to look at the statistics. You're not looking back at the board. You're not analyzing what did the last player do after it won. Do not do that. Do not do that. That has nothing to do with anything. So what you're doing here is you're just analyzing the ratio of your shoe percentage for each side. So for example, the banker has a slight advantage, but it's not an overwhelming advantage that you have 11 banker and only 8 player. This could easily switch back to 11 to 10, or what have you. So what we're basically just doing, though, is we're just going to say to ourselves that we feel confident in this particular situation that player should win one time out of the next four. So I'm going to do my bets based on that. So I'm just going to, at this point, I'm going to block everything out. Doesn't matter what strategy I was playing before. Doesn't matter that I was doing chop and things like that. I'm just focused on going and doing a punch in the face for player. Okay? I don't care if player loses. I don't care. I'm going to keep going up until it wins. Okay, here we go. Okay, it loses. I'm going to 200. That was a tie. That was unfortunate because we got a 9. Okay, we're going to lose there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to check this. Okay, now I'm still fine going with player because I don't have 3 wins in a row. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do player for 400. Okay, I'm going to get that win. Okay, so unfortunately, we're only up 380 because we did make that one stupid mistake. We should be up like 480. All right, so if you look at the reality of this is exactly what I told you. This is what we were betting on. We had the long run and then it switched over. And this is where we made our move with that idea, hey, let's go with one player to win out of the next 4. You're only asking to win 25% of the time. And all you're really doing is increasing your dollar amount. Now, if you do this strategy and you start to lose consistently, and that can happen, there's no guarantee that you cannot have it where you made that move and then all of a sudden you finally get the red to come straight down again. All right? Could it happen? Yes. How often does that happen after a decent sized run? 10% of the time. So what you would have to do if you started experiencing that, you would do the same thing that we always do. As soon as one side wins 3 in a row, you switch to the winning side and you abandon your punching. You abandon it and go back to the winning side until it switches over. And then when it switches over, you can try the 3-punch system again, where you're looking for 1 out of 4. If it happens again, I had a student that sent me a screenshot of when he went to go do the punch system. It was like this. It was long run with an L, and then it switched, and then it came down and made another long run, and then it switched, and it came down and made another long run for example, on the red sides, which is very, very rare. And when that happens, okay, there's nothing you can do about it. I don't care how good I am. I don't care how invincible I think I am at this game. I don't care how much money that I've made. I don't care what I teach you. Sometimes it's going to be that 10% that happens. So because I know that, and I don't want you losing your bankroll over something like that, we have 3 stop rules. I don't want you losing $10,000 chasing a punch system. So what you do, you're making the correct play, but if that correct play backfires and you lose 3 in a row, and then you go with the winner, and then it switches again, and then as soon as it switches, you go with your 3-punch again, and it goes straight on another winning streak for this side again. Again, that's very unusual. It's like flipping coins, guys. If you have one coin land on heads 7 times, and then it finally goes to heads, or the other side, if one coin lands on heads 7 times, and then finally lands the tails, and then you start betting tails, and then it gets 7 in a row again for heads, it's very rare. It's very rare. And then you wait for it to flip over to tails again, and then you start betting tails again, and it gets on 7 again for heads. That's unusual. Very low percentage on mathematically odds of doing that. Okay? Now, anyway, so, and plus I get a lot of people who think that the casino is cheating when that happens. I'm so sick of hearing that crap. Guys, they're not cheating. They're not cheating. Okay? How are they cheating? Why? How do they know that you're not going to bet the winner? How do they know that you're not just going to keep betting and bet winners for a run? You have some people that play that way. You have some people that play another way. You have some people that are betting a different side than you. How does that cheat? How are you going to cheat? You got some people on the same table betting banker and some people betting player. So this whole thing about cheating is ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, where we left off. So what I want you to do is, if you get into a situation that I just showed you, you just need to stop, especially when you are not up like $20,000 on the casino. If you don't have $20,000 that you're playing with from the casino's money, you are not even ready for this opportunity. You can do it to build the bankroll, but I'm warning you that if it goes bad, it's low percentage chance that it's going to go bad. It's usually going to work for you, and you're usually going to build your bankroll. But if it goes bad, you need to abandon it and go back to playing the way that you see me playing. Okay? That's just a good way to play, where you can punch the casino in the mouth with the punch system and walk away with your profits quick and build bankrolls with this way. Okay? All right, so we're going to go back to the chop system. Chop system is banker here. So I'm not really paying attention to the shoe. I'm just looking at the shoe just to remind me of which was the last one that won. That's all, because it tells me which side I need to do. Like, so for example, player one, so I'm going to go with banker. I'm just flip-flopping, and I'm always playing the loser right now, because the shoe is kind of going back and forth, where you have a middle shoe. I mean, where it's a middle result. I had a person who plays Baccarat, and he made a YouTube video, and I watched it, and it was so funny. He was accusing the casino of cheating because they don't shuffle the cards, and I'm like, well, why would that matter? Like, he's like, well, they're stacking them in a specific order because it's avoiding long runs. They don't want to have long runs. They want it to be more like chop or evenly matched. I was like, well, that's, in my mind, I was like, well, that's freaking perfect, because your chop system's going to work really good. You only need to win 1 out of every 4 to be successful. That's it. Okay. All right. So we're just talking and winning money. I mean, look at how much money that we're up just right there. It's like crazy. Okay. So look at what happens when it's a chop system, and you're just calling every single one. So this is all chopping right here. All right. That happens a lot in Baccarat. So when you see boards that look like this, that's why you cannot go wrong with the chop system. Every time you play a chop system, you get into this situation. Okay, look, you won on the first one because you chopped the blue to the banker. You lost here and you lost here, but then you went with the winner. And then you won here, and then you lost here because you kept going with the winner, and it went to the blue, and then you went to the chop and you won, and you won again. You won right here. Okay, then you went to the chop and you won, and you've won every single one of these, which is why we're hardly even betting very much money, yet we're winning. Okay, so we're going to continue to do that on the banker. Okay, so we're going to lose. Now we're going to stay with the chop, but we go up. Okay, that's a tie. So we're going to repeat the bet. Okay, and we're going to get that win. So we're going to go with the chop on player. Okay, we're going to lose. We're going to stay with player and double the money. Okay, same thing. Now we're going to check the shoe now, because we recognize there's a problem. We recognize that we're losing. Hey, wait a minute. It looks like we've lost a couple in a row here. Let's go with the winning side. Okay, the winning side is banker. Go up to 100. Okay, we're going to lose that. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our chop, but we got to do 200 now on that chop, which is banker. Okay, we get that win, and then we immediately go back to the chop, and we go back to our quarter, and we're up $612. Okay, we're going to win, go back to the chop. So this right here is just working out for us with this chop. Sometimes it's more of a challenge. Sometimes it, you have to just kind of go through ups and downs, and sometimes it's a struggle to win $25. Sometimes you'd be like, wow, I've been playing for 20 minutes here and I'm up $25. When that happens, you know what that means? That it's time for you to go home. Whenever it's difficult to win or it's a challenge to win, it's time to pack up and just go do something else. Okay, you don't sit at the table. You go away. This is just coming from a professional gambler. One of the things that you're going to learn is you have to learn the things that are required to be a professional gambler. So it's one thing for me to show you a basic. This is a basic chop system. So it's one thing to show that, but it's so much more to incorporate all the other things that it requires to be a successful player. You want to make a minimum of 100 grand a year. You need some training, and you need somebody like me that can bring it out in you to get you on the right track to figure out what you're doing wrong. Okay. Now, right now, I don't have live Baccarat training. I just have pre-made videos that I've made for training that only you can access privately when you go to the website and purchase that training course. I will be having additional live Baccarat training by next month. So I will have that as well, where you can actually play one-on-one with me for those type of training lessons, okay? So you could choose whichever one you want. Now, I do have that available in craps. I'm probably the best craps player in the world. So you can definitely play with me one-on-one in craps right now, or you can just buy my craps training. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up. We're just going to cash out with the 661, guys. That's another thing you're going to be taught is you just take the profits and you go. The more you walk out of that casino, the bigger bankroll you're building, the more you're playing on the house money, the more punching and things like that you're going to be able to do. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about me. And I really do everything I can in the gambling community to be a top player and to bring you knowledge that I know. Thanks for watching, guys.